Alaska, the Great Land, the last American frontier. This pristine yet harsh environment tests the limits of man and beast. It is the largest of the United States. At almost 600,000 square miles, it is more than twice the size of Texas. Alaska borders Canada's British Columbia province and Yukon Territory. That border is more than 1,500 miles long, reaching from the Gulf of Alaska in the south to the Beaufort Sea in the north. At the eastern edge of Alaska is one of the most remote ports of entry in the United States, where U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers secure the border with Canada. The Alcan Port of Entry.
In this edition of Inside CBP, you will see some of the challenges and conditions these officers face every day while working at this unique and isolated port of entry.
Traveling overland into Alaska, thus into the United States, must be done through Canada. The northernmost year-round operational port of entry is Alcan, named for the Alaska-Canada highway on which it is located. As of the 2010 census, Alcan's total population is 33. The nearest major city is Fairbanks, Alaska, almost 300 miles away. The port facility and living compound is located just inside a 20-foot swath of land cleared of trees and brush, which separates the United States and Canada. This border cut, as CBP officers refer to it, stretches for 710 miles along the 141st meridian. CBP officers work around the clock, securing the border while examining persons, products, and vehicles that enter the United States at this port.
Alcan is very remote. The people here are very hardworking. They're very intelligent. They're very knowledgeable. They put their lives on the line every day to protect the country and to protect the people in the country. They do so under the most extreme conditions. Alcan at one point had a temperature of minus 77 degrees. Today it's been quite a bit warmer than that. It's been like minus 40, but it does get quite cold, and if it's that cold, you don't really want to be out in it any more than you have to.
These officers on the Alcan outpost live and work amongst the plentiful wildlife of the Alaskan interior, including bear, moose, caribou, wolf, and bison. During the summer months, bears frequently enter the compound where the officers and families work and live. Driving the Alaska Highway in frozen back roads can be treacherous. In 2010, 2 officers lost their lives due to accidents along these roads. Officer Charles Collins was killed in the line of duty.
We have to go to other remote sites like Eagle, like Poker Creek, and last year we lost an officer who was en route to Eagle. His vehicle went off the road and he died as a result. So it can be very dangerous to be up here.
Because of the isolation of the Alcan port, CBP officers on duty here take on the role of first responders to emergency situations. With a fully equipped ambulance, they are prepared to answer the call for car accidents, medical emergencies, and many other situations.
Most of the time it seems like it's in inclement weather. For snowfall of the year, everybody seems to have to learn how to drive again on snow. So I've got ropes and things to shore up cars when we come across them. I've got jaws of life type things to nip into cars, and backboards and body bags, and just like a regular ambulance. The next closest hospital is in Fairbanks, which would be 300 miles away, or in Anchorage, 420 miles away. So there's a need to have a group that can provide emergency care in order to stabilize people to get them to transport. We're the first people that people encounter as they come into the United States, so we kind of are the first line, the front line guardians. First line and the last line. It is like that, and it's an honor to serve.
The vast landscape of Alaska is wild, unspoiled. Its lifeblood of crude oil travels the entire length of the state, more than 800 miles through the Trans-Alaska Pipeline System, and serves all of the lower 48 states.
The Alcan Port of Entry, Alaska. This isolated port may seem frozen and void of life, but the commitment, operation, and lifestyle of the officers here overshadow the challenging mental and physical conditions.
Alaska is considered a national treasure, and it is the duty of U.S. Customs and Border Protection to help keep it that way.